Hello guys, it is Teenage DC Fan back with another video, and Season 3 of Black Lightning started a couple days ago. So this is my review for the first episode of Season 3, and this episode was titled The Book of Occupation Chapter 1, The Birth of Blackbird. So yeah, these episodes have some long titles. I don't get why the titles have to be so long, and why they're all the book of something, chapter something. Like, if you're gonna do it that way, why not just do, like, the book of something, and then just have one chapter, and each episode is a different chapter? Or maybe just have it be, like, if you want to do the chapters, have it be, like, for example, the Book of Occupation, Chapter 1. Or the Book of Occupation, Chapter 2. Instead of adding in the Birth of Blackbird, or something like that. Like, that just makes it super long. But yeah, that's enough with my rant about the titles. So let's get into the episode. We start off the episode showing, in the ASA, and there's a bunch of metahumans, and they're the pod kids, the people that were inside the pods, and of course they're out now, but they're being questioned, and they're being held captive there because they have powers, and, Agent Odell doesn't want the Markovians to get them. So then, we find out that Jefferson Pierce is in there, because he made a deal with Agent Odell that he would go in there as long as his wife and his children were out of it. So when we first see him, he looks completely different than he did in last season. Like, he has a big beard, like, all hairy and stuff, looking like Sasquatch. But yeah, so then we find out that he is actually getting out that day. But then, as they're getting ready to leave, Agent Odell informs them that that there was a break-in, and now, because of that, they have to keep them there. So now they're stuck there again. But then, Jefferson realizes a new power that he has. Well, not necessarily a new power, but, like, a new way to use it. So apparently he can now see through things with his electrical powers, and he could do that before, but the thing is, he could only do it using Gambi's Black Lightning suit. But he doesn't have his suit while he's in there. So you can look through the floors and the walls and stuff. So he looked through one floor, and he saw Issa. Now, Issa is... He's another pod kid, but he can, like, read minds. So Agent Odell is using him to question people. And then later on in the episode, when Jefferson looks down through the floor, he sees Tobias Whale, and he is rotting. Like, you can tell that he's dying, and he's not. He's pretty old and very hairy, just like Jefferson. So speaking of Tobias Whale, we see that he is getting questioned by Issa, actually. So Issa asks him questions as Agent Odell feeds the questions to Issa, and they want to know, Agent Odell wants to know, where's the briefcase? What's in the briefcase? But then, even though Issa's using his powers and is getting Tobias Whale to tell the truth, we still don't find out what's in the briefcase or where it is. Because, like, when they asked what's in the briefcase, Tobias just says, "You don't want to know." And then, like, when they ask where it is, he just says he doesn't know. Now, I'm guessing that's the truth, because he can make people tell the truth, so I guess he doesn't know where it is. But I just have to say that Tobias Whale looked really funny with hair on the top of his head. Like, it just looks so weird, because I'm used to seeing him bald and then, like, just having the beard, but, like, having full-on hair, it just looked really funny. But then after this, Agent Odell poisons Issa for some reason. Like, I don't know why, because he was a very useful tool in questioning and interrogating people, so I don't get why he had to kill him. But yeah, Issa's dead now. And so then, yeah, that's where it ends up for that part. But then, on the Anissa front, of course, she is still looking for Grace. But she goes out to this bar and she meets this reporter. I don't remember the reporter's name, but then they end up hooking up. They make out, have sex. Yeah. And then, because she's a reporter, she's able to tell Anissa, like, a bunch of information about, like, how to find somebody when they don't want to be found, or, like, other stuff about the ASA and the metahumans and Greenlight and stuff like that. So, yeah, I guess Anissa's in a new relationship. Well, actually, I don't know if it's just, like, a one-night stand, or if it is an actual relationship now. But like I said, Anissa's still looking for Grace, who's her ex. So, I don't know what's happening there. And then, at the same time, we see that Jennifer is using some kind of cloaking tech to disguise herself, so that she can use her powers, because it hurts to not use her powers, and, like, people aren't allowed to use their powers, so she disguises herself as somebody else. And so, yeah, and then she goes into, like, this secret warehouse, because there's, like, this new military organization that's coming to town, and they're, like, basically taking over, and they almost killed, the deputy, whatever, like, the guy in charge of the police, and they threatened him until he ended up doing what they wanted. So then he held a press conference, revealing that there was, like, a new curfew. Everybody had to be in their house by 8:30, and then, like, a whole bunch of the other rules that the military wanted them to do. And yeah, it was crazy. So then Anissa found out that Jennifer was disguising herself. But then Jennifer ended up helping Anissa, because Anissa is now Blackbird, because, like, everybody in Freeland thinks that Black Lightning is dead, and that Thunder is probably dead too. So Anissa can't be going out there and fighting crime as Thunder, so she created this new identity as Blackbird, and she basically just wears a black suit, has a black hood, and then has, like, this voice changer mask thing that looks pretty cool. So yeah, she's Blackbird, and Blackbird is, like, the only hero in the city right now, because, like I said, they think Black Lightning's dead. So then she is helping out the Reverend in the church, and, like, trying to save all these lives, and then she and Jennifer team up with Gambi, using Gambi's tech, of course, to break out a bunch of the pod kids that were being held captive, at the ASA. But then, one of them shot Anissa with, like, this huge rocket launcher, so she got knocked out, and we don't know what's happening with her. Is she dead? Probably not, but will she be okay? I don't know. But that's pretty much what happened in this episode. I mean, there's no other really big things. I don't really have time to, like, there may be small things, but I don't really have time to get into that right now, because as of right now, like, I'm recording this right before I have to go to school, because I was going to record this last night, but, well, I fell asleep, so I didn't, and now I'm recording it now, so, yeah. But anyway, this was my Black Lightning review for the Book of Occupation, Chapter 1, The Birth of Blackbird. Post your comments down in the post your thoughts down in the comments below, sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video, so I can bestow all my DC knowledge upon you.